Well, I thought I'd film these because I'm going to probably take photos of them tonight and list them. They are the original 2 Battlestar Galactica ships, and if you're old like me, when I was a kid I remember that they shot these projectiles, which I think a kid hurt his eye or put his eye out. Now, I tried them in this and it hardly shoots at all. I mean, they're not that powerful, and the same with this. I mean, it shoots out there, but then that caused them to recall, or the next toys they put out were redesigned so the thing would pop out but not leave the ship. So everything for a long time didn't have projectiles. So anyway, I got caught up in the heat of the battle. There was no bids on them, and then Al, that works for the auction, had a bid at the last minute. I'm just hoping it wasn't the guy that came out and said, "Oh, these are my childhood toys," but I don't know. But I went up to $100 on them. So I think I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. First I thought I'd just list them for $200, buy it now, and just double my money, pay the fees. You know, I'll charge shipping, but that'd be it. Just I'd make good money, be happy they're gone. But then I thought, well, maybe I may list them for $150 as a bid and put offers on them, or list them for the $200 as a bid and put an offer option on it and see what happens. But I don't know. This doesn't have the pilot, and this has the pilot in the shot. It also doesn't have the 2 projectiles, which it actually should have 4, I guess. The box to the Viper is pretty beat up. And somebody's taped this Viper. It doesn't stay together. It falls apart. The fin was off when I got it, but I think it comes off so you can put it in the box properly. Now so I thought it might be hurting the value by not just selling these 2 together, or selling them separate, because this box is pretty decent. But I don't know, the Viper has some decal damage there, and like I said, no pilot, no projectiles. So I don't know if it's complete. It'd be a couple $100 at least. But so I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's that. Because if I didn't film tonight, I probably wouldn't put them in my next video, or this video. What? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Record time. I just sorted them. I put a bunch of junk down there. I kept some of the gospel out just to double check, make sure there's nothing wrong. Golly! See, they're pretty rough, but there's some of the religious stuff wasn't too bad. But I don't know. They'll probably go in my dollar box. I may put all the religious in this box. That lady at the auction. There's just this stuff was pretty B. It came out of both of the boxes I got. But Lloyd Clark, not good boxcar. I'll look a couple of these up just to make sure they're not super expensive, because I'll ask a couple bucks for them if they're worth something, even though they're not the nicest. And Flashdance, I already got this album, but the record's okay. The cover's horrible. Temptations record looks not too great either, but it's that cool cover that the flap comes up. And I got John Denver songbook, and Fifth Dimension I think looks a little rough too. Okay, and the first thing in the box is stuff I got from Bill, so I won't look at that again. That Roy Acott. Somebody may want it. Hopefully I can keep on my camera. I'm usually better at holding it with my right hand, but lately I've been awful. Well, this whole day's been terrible. The temperature's finally going down where I can breathe. Well, let's see. The first box I paid like $30 for, which isn't bad, I guess, but if I had to base it on the volume of albums, the quality wasn't very good. But there was a couple decent things in there. One turned out to probably be the best, which will pay for the box. But okay, so they were the Outlaws, which is it's not very good shape. I have to look all these up. I haven't looked some of them up yet. Well, I haven't looked any of them up yet. Wow, that's all right. Cut. I've looked up a few of these, but not the majority. Guess who? I didn't. Well, guess who is it? I think I've heard this album before. I can't remember anymore. Elvis via Satellite. This is a quadraphonic record, double set. It's okay. I don't think it's worth a lot. Burnin' Love is in decent shape, and luckily I had a bad copy that had an inner sleeve, so I got to give him his original sleeve for that album. So, Lou Gramm from Foreigner. It's needs cleaned. I think it's alright though. Another Elvis. And another Elvis. They're not going to be probably very valuable. Rod Stewart had this album a lot. Never a dull moment. There was 2 copies of this in there. One's pretty beat. I took the best of both. One didn't have the original sleeves, so I put it in and took the best cover. I wasn't saying much. Not really anything on this album, though. Janet Jackson, not bad. Very good shape either. It's probably going to up a couple bucks just because it's Janet. Poco. Somebody decided to mark it with a K. I don't know about that one, if it's worth much. Foreigner, Agent Provocateur. I think that's one of the last albums. Well, last one I really paid attention to. But was there any hits? Let's find out. Reaction to Action, I think, was a hit. Nothing else that I can recognize off there. Alright, back to Poco. There was Cartoon. I've had this album before. I don't think it's worth a lot. I think it was in pretty decent shape, though, and has the sleeve. The Four Tops, I've never had this one. Meeting of the Minds, which might be good. I'll play some of these, too. But if I put it in here, most of the vinyl was okay. A couple may have been dirty, and then there was a couple that I couldn't put in a junk box yet. And Chicago Hot Streets, I don't know if there's any value in that or not. Peter Cetera, I never liked this band. I really don't like them. Earth, Wind and Fire, the cover's really rough, but I don't remember what songs are on it. The Jackson 5 Christmas album. It doesn't look too bad. I swear there was another Jackson album in here, and it's gone now. Tommy James and the Shondell, bad cover, but oh, wait a minute, where am I getting? Okay, this band I didn't look up. The Illusion, Together as a Way of Life. I'm kind of hoping they're psychedelic, and maybe I'll end up keeping them. But I think I've seen it before. I don't know what they sound like. I didn't look it up. Moody Blues, yeah, they don't sell for much either. But if I get a couple bucks, let me put the old K on it again. Crawler, which reminds me of another album, not maybe White Snake, but no, that snake cover, I just can't think what band it was. And they drew the K right on the snake. I looked it up, it's not very valuable. I think there's a couple people asking big money, and then they're clear down to nothing. And Cargo, I didn't have its sleeve, so I put a sleeve in it. Men at Work, it's got like My Mistake and oh, quite a few good. I like both of those, the 2 main albums. Imperials, Let the Wind Blow. I don't know what they are. They look like some kind of techno or 80s new wave, but they don't list for much either. 10 bucks. They're going to go to the flea market. Gulliver, I did not look up. Looks interesting. Hey, hi Tuxedo. There's Tuxedo, cat, which he got from me when he was a kitten before I moved out here. He got it spayed and he changed its name to Buffy. Okay. Anyway, Gulliver. And then this was a surprise to find this in here. Love for Sale. And I'm pretty sure that guy had a big influence on another guitarist, because he was, I'm pretty sure this was the first guy that started dressing flamboyantly, and Jimi Hendrix caught on to him, because yeah, I think he's from San Francisco or California. So I don't think it's worth a lot. It's another one of the ones that's like all over the place. I think this might be our first issue or first pressing. This turned out to be the best one in the box. The Yellow Pages. It's like a $50 album, I think. At first I thought it was a compilation because it says Volume 1, and then I was just looking through them real quick. But it's just a band. I don't know who they are. I don't know if there's a year on here. I don't see one on that. Let's see if there's one on the back. Suitable for mono, so it tells you right there it's probably a 60s band, which is why it's worth something. So that's going to be cool. Now I lost my place. And this is the start of the... Okay, the first box I paid 30 bucks or something for, which I thought I was going to have to go higher. Or maybe I paid $27.50, because I thought they said they had a bid of like $33, but oh well. Anyway, maybe you want me to jump up to that bigger price to get more out of it. Anyway, there's another box sitting by the big door, and it was in this in the blue crate, and most of it was country and a lot of gospel, or actually the gospel was in both of them, but there was some country, and then well, the last album, which I'll save for the end, but there's Alabama, no sleeve. I might give it one. I'm not sure yet. Larry Gatlin, the Gatlin Brothers, and that's another probably gonna be $1 or $2, depending on if it has any. If it sells, then I'll probably at least keep it for $2, unless it's worth more than I assume. I don't want to assume that just because it's country, it's not gonna be worth much. I've had most of these before, though. Same with Ray Charles. I don't think it's very good, but it'll be probably just a couple bucks. And if they don't sell, it'll go for $1. The Diana Ross and the Supremes and the Temptation. I swear I just had this record, but maybe they did more than one album together. I'm not sure. Taking Care of Business. Oh, there's a movie soundtrack. All right, I got it. I'll have to look it up again. Then this album set here's 3-record set. It's all crammed into one single album with one sleeve. I don't even think you can put 3 sleeves in the record. So I'll look it up because I'm not really familiar with it. I had one a long time ago. This sucks though. There was 3 Carlin albums, some of the best in decent exposure. All of it looks water damaged, and it goes to the sleeves. The vinyl isn't too bad though. So hopefully I'll probably only ask $1. I'm going to double check, make sure they didn't go up in value since his death, but I've never seen them worth much. Class Clown, which has the 7 words you can't say on television. Miss you, George. I'm pretty sure George had to pass away because at his age, I don't think he could have taken the last 4, 5 or 6 years of politics the way stuff went. Probably his head would explode. Nat King Cole, I don't know why I put that in there. I guess because it was on Capitol, but it says a star line, so I don't think it has much value, but I didn't want to throw it in a crate. I don't know why. But we're going to pay $1. But, Oak Ridge Boys Christmas, see if that sells. And this I left in here because it's religious, but it's sealed, so I'll check it out before I dump it. And this was sealed, Aretha's Greatest Hits, Spanish Harlem, blah, 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 Dr. Feelgood. Hey, I know that song. Call Me. Boy, she does do a lot of greatest hits. Bridge Over Troubled. Oh my God, tell me she did not redo Blondie. And Let It Be. Oh, no. Dr. Feelgood better not be. No, she wrote that. All right. Call Me. Aretha Franklin is a Blondie song. You know, I never really paid much attention to see if she wrote that. It has to be a different song. I'm not a big thing on Aretha Franklin. I know, like, Respect, and she was in the Blues Brothers movie. And there's a folk album, Appalachian Dulcimer, is that how they pronounce that instrument? Some of these albums they used to always go to the libraries, I think, in the schools, so I never used to see them unless I went to a library book sale or something. But I don't know if it has any value. It looks pretty clean. The cover's not the best, but half of these did have problems. Either they have a big cutout chunk or something. Beach Boys, it's questionable, and there was no sleeve. The cover's beat. But I really haven't seen this album much. It's on Pickwick. And then this was a surprise that I figured it would be worth something. Commander Cody, if you're not familiar with him, probably one song anybody could name would be Hot Rod Lincoln. This is a double live, but doesn't sell for much. It's clear down to like $1 or $2 on eBay. And the final thing that made me make sure I didn't miss this box, and I was going to go to at least $20 on it, if not a little higher. Well, basically, because I didn't think there was a lot in it. I'm surprised I found as much as I did in it. But this album, which I've seen a lot, Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. And probably anybody that's familiar with records would know that this album's pretty common. But, now it says stereo mono, so you know it's an early pressing. But, when I looked in it, I don't know what made me look in it. I guess just to see, because there were so few in the thing, I had to see if the value was going to be there for me to even pay $5 for the crate or a couple bucks. But alright, I'm going to put you down somewhere. Oh, that's how it's going to be now. Oh, this is ridiculous. This van has no good spots to put a camera. It's like they were hoping that I would try to film. Alright, I'm going to try to see. Oh, this is not going to work. Cutting all this. I'm going to speed it up.
Alright, what am I doing? Alright, put it here. That doesn't work either. Oh boy, alright, I'll just put it on the record. That's not going to work either. Alright, how's that?
I'll lean down. This was inside this record, and I'd never seen it before, so I had to look it up. And I'm glad I did. I gotta be very careful, because it's the best thing I got as far as album related. Oh, no, that's not true, because that other thing's on there. This was in there, the original poster. Now, how is that psychedelic? I see it. One person sold one by itself for like $50. I think there's a couple listed of around 70. This has never been hung up. It's got some aging, but after probably 60 years, well, 50-some years, it should have some aging, or else they'd think it was a copy, and it didn't fall apart. So that was a great find. The record looks actually nice. I kind of don't want to break the two up, so I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if I want to leave them together. But I don't know, I'm getting a little off on selling records online right now, because I'm getting tired of wondering if they're going to skip, and I don't know, the whole thing about online, I'm getting a little tired of some of the deals I have to go through. The shipping's been getting horrible. I had a package today that I sent a Prince of Egypt figure to a guy in New York. And I was just double checking some of my tracking, because I had been copy and paste, and I just changed the numbers that need changed on the tracking, since I don't print my own labels where it'd be so convenient, because all the stuff would be right there. So I've been trying to remember to go back and check to make sure everything doesn't get stuck somewhere or lost, or I didn't mess the tracking up. Anyway, so because I don't know if eBay has come in their agreement now that if the thing doesn't show up, they dock my money back and return it to the person like the thing didn't get to them. But I haven't really heard anything about that. My sleeves I bought that I really bragged about, the middle ones barely cover the edge of the record. Really annoying. I can't use them for mail because I won't be able enough to tape over the edge. Anyway, I see this cover's not as good, so probably the poster's going to go by itself. Now I've completely, the Prince of Egypt probably look really good on camera. Maybe I should turn it back around. The figure, the tracking was at whatever sorting plant in New York, and it said insufficient address. I'm like, what? And I remember when the lady or the girl at the post office took it, she put she was saying the dash wasn't coming up. And so I don't know, I just had her send it. The guy had enough feedback, he had to have been getting the stuff. And I checked the address on my phone just to be safe, that I didn't mess it up, my eyesight and everything. So I checked and it seemed okay. So I got back and when I notified the guy that I would check, because it had a big red flag there. So I went down today, and they really couldn't tell me something. But when the guy emailed me, he said, "Oh, his address was fine. It was auto-generated." I don't know what he meant by that. I thought eBay should have these on file. They have all our banking information. So but when I looked down to what address he put, instead of 130 Avenue, he had 30th Avenue. So I was like, well, your address is not that. And then he emailed me back and said it was a mistake. Well, after about 7 emails, he just got a hold of me. He said he didn't know what games the post office were playing with their customers or whatever, but his package showed up today. But on the tracking, it still says the same thing. And I'm worried that it's going to do something with my eBay if it doesn't get there. So, I don't know. But I'm hoping it'll just get. I had another package, took forever, and then all of a sudden it was there. During the whole pandemic, it stayed. I'm afraid it was $100. It was a $100. Was it Beatles thing? But I was waiting on that, and oh great, I'm gonna have to give that guy's money back. Oh, it was that Beatles poster I had. Everybody said it was a repo, and I guess it wasn't. But anyway, I'm gonna just put this poster on, and I'm glad that figure got there, and I'm glad I get sidetracked so much. I'm gonna have to quit making videos here because I don't know how much longer I can keep it straight. Sorry I blocked your view. I think I have a few more things around here. I got some videos from Bill, which I didn't need. I'm gonna throw a bunch of records away, and maybe those religious ones will probably go in the trash too. My thrift store finds for yesterday, doing them last. I got some more videotapes. There was the sealed Star Trek, but they're $4 for $1. I had to throw some stuff in. I always grab dark crystal. I don't care which one it is. This is the clamshell edition, so that's pretty neat. I found this, which I have not looked up yet, Master Ninja, and it's got Lee Van Cleef. So I'm hoping it might be good, and it's actually in a clamshell case. It's not mildewed and it's filthy. It's not a cut box or anything. And then I found this. It's not really worth much. Big Shot. And I can't think who that kid is. He was in something when he was young. Oh, wait. No. I don't remember. I seem to think it's something to do with pooping and stuff. I don't know. I can't remember who he is. What's his name? David Crumples. I don't know. Then I found the Time Bandits. I have to take all these stickers off. All their videos are normally 49 cents, but since they have these sales on color, I just hate it. I'm glad they come off though. Time Bandits I got. The wrong box I grabbed. It's really faded. I didn't look it up either. I don't even think it has. Oh, it does have a barcode, but that's, yeah. Who's that guy? Michael Caine's in it. John Mills and Ralph Richardson and Michael Caine. So I'm going to watch that. Something to do with the train. The wrong box. And then Benny Hill. And it makes me mad now. I was just thinking there was 2 Benny Hills up there. And I only grabbed this one now that I noticed. Oh well. Maybe the other one's messed up. But I only grabbed it because I needed 2 more to fill up my 8 videotapes. And Beetlejuice, another filler. But I don't know if this should go in horror or if it should go in comedy, but I'm going to try to start getting my videos. I mean, I guess I have until winter to get all my lots ready. I don't need to do it now. It's just a question of space, really. And treating them good. The shed usually keeps them okay as long as they stay away from the doorway and stuff. But picked up a couple CDs. They were, I think, yellow was half off. I don't know. I think that's the only reason I got them. I got a sealed Bluegrass All-Stars. I'm going to open them and maybe play them. But I like some Bluegrass, but I don't know who these guys are. That guy almost looks like my buddy, like I know this guy, from Russia. Songs That Tell a Story Bluegrass. And then, oh, this was half off. Bill Withers' Ain't No Sunshine, Play It Now Tunes Guitar Series. I don't know if I could find it when I scanned it. I don't know if it came up. Weezer, I paid full 99 cents for it. It's the one with Beverly Hills. Hey, Papa. Say hello. Come here. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, Papa. Come on, everybody wants to see cats. Not your butt, though. Come here. Hey. Oh, he loves to lie in the dirt, don't you, Papa? You like to lay in the dirt? You like an old, some kind of African beast laying in the filth, rolling around in the dirt like some old elephant? On the Sahara? No, it wouldn't be the Sahara. What do they call that? I don't know. My brain doesn't work anymore, Poppy. Alright. I'm going to have to save up some money, and he's going to go to the vet. I've never taken a cat to the vet yet, but that's how I was raised. Yeah, but now there's so many things around like Lyme disease. You gonna go in here? Boy, my van needs clean. Look at that filthiness. I'm a filthy person. Alright, back to the haul. I got 2 coffee cups because they were also half off. I got Pete's Coffee, which I didn't find this particular one, but they seem to sell really good. I don't know what the deal is. I kind of guess I've heard of that name. And I found this one, which I'm going to try to clean it. It's got a few marks, but the only comp on there was one sold for $26. It's Test Track for Disney. I guess it must be some kind of a attraction down there. I haven't been to Disney for 40 years, so I don't know. It's blue inside. It was $1, so half off. So. Oh, and one last thing, a shell thing, which if I can find a cord, I'm going to try to put a light inside it, and that'll make it worth more. But it's actually Seashell City, USA, Freeway I-75, which I've never seen that decal one. It's got a couple chips, which I probably did that. Maybe. I don't know. That won't hurt it. But it was $4 a half off, so $2 can't beat that. I wouldn't even got it at the auction for $2, so. And I guess that's going to probably do my video, unless I add a few things, because I'm not sure when this video is going to be finished. It's now longer than I thought it was going to be. I was going to do like things that have sold video, but I don't know. Competition's getting too stiff, and I guess if people really want to be nosy and learn what I sell things for, they're just going to have to start checking out my auctions. Because I just can't keep feeding people, because if people near me see what I'm getting out of stuff, I won't be able to get anything anymore. So it gets harder every day. So anyway, oh, there's my other Jefferson Starship. Oh, and this was another album I got, which I've never had this copy before. Not with the edge. The edge is crinkle cut. They call that crimper. It's got a thing, which is a cool album, but it's got a scratch all the way across it. So I'm going to play it, and hopefully it at least doesn't skip, and maybe I can get something out of it. Nice gams. But let's see, the vinyl is really clean, except for then you look at one right there. Look at that. And you can feel it, so it's definitely going to have some sound. Aww. I always liked that. I always thought Swan Song was a Led Zeppelin label. But I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's going to do it, unless there's something coming up. So, goodbye. And until next time, there's a Caddyshack. Oh well. I couldn't remember if I showed these dragon things as good when I showed them earlier in the video, but I don't know what to charge from. They're definitely panels from something, so I would assume out of a Chinese restaurant or something, but I don't know what to do with them. I think that would actually come off, but I don't think I'm going to try to sell them online. Oh, geez. Oh, it just break something. Nah, I'm alright. They're definitely plastic of some kind. Anyway, yeah. Oh, say hello, Papa. Wow, it looks like it's going to storm. I decided to do a little update before the video is over because I'm getting sick of my, don't do that on camera, on my, getting tired of trying to find font that you can actually read over my video stuff. The albums, oh my goodness. The albums that Aretha Franklin sealed, unfortunately it had one corner's really bashed in it. It's a club edition, but I saw a guy had an original pressing sealed, and he had 200. Oh, Leia, nobody wants to see you. Had a $200 bid, or they were asking 200. That don't mean much. Let me think what I was going to say now. Hey, quiet down. Get a muffler. Yeah, anyway, the Aretha Franklin, I'm not sure if I'm just going to put like 20 bucks on it and take it to the flea market, or if I'm going to stick it on eBay for like 100 and best offer. I don't know what I'm going to do with the dumb thing. The Bob Dylan poster is like all over the place. They said, I read a guy's webpage, said that it came out in the very first record and it was in there up until 1980s, and they don't even know if they might have put it in longer than that because they don't know if they are all the same. I know there's some print versions with a border around it, and then they said you could order it when CDs come out, you could send away for it, but they said they didn't send away for that. But I know mine's from probably a 70s release because it was oh, I can't remember what. Oh, the label that's on it is probably a 70s, probably early 70s, maybe mid. But mine's not. There's no holes in it or anything like that. It's got some aging. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I saw they seem to sell like 2 separate posters without records sold for about 50 bucks, but I've seen albums sell with the poster for like 25 bucks. So I don't know, I think I'm going to put 50 bucks on it and probably charge shipping, and if somebody buys it, they buy it, and I'll take the record to the flea market. Leia, will you get your tail out of the film? Get. No one likes you, Leia. I know. Poor old Leia, whole fat Leia. Why don't you lay down so I can pet your belly? Come on, young cat. Come on, lay down. There you go. I gotta train you good. Let me see your big belly. Let's show them your belly. And I've forgotten everything else. There's an update. The rumor about the toys with the shooting missiles. One kid on Christmas, which I already posted, died, which is sad. He was like using his mouth for a cave, or maybe that was the second kid, but he shot himself in the mouth and it choked him to death, and he didn't get to the hospital in time. That's a sad toy Christmas thing. Another kid, I think they said on January, that next year, he shot something in his mouth, and they took him to the hospital, but they couldn't find nothing, kept sending him back home, and I think the third trip to the hospital, they kept saying it was a flu. He it was lodged in his lung, so they had to operate and take it out of his lung. The people that made the toy put out a warning way before the kids got harmed. So my boxes are pretty early. They must be the first edition boxes. There's no stickers on them or anything. Warning people about the projectile. Both parents said they didn't know anything about it. Boy, it's raining now. And the Boba Fett toy was coming out, and Kenner was smarter than I guess the rest of the, like Mattel. Kenner already said it. Boba Fett failed the first test run for safety, so they tried to hook the missile up so it would, I don't know, I guess it had a safety catch or wouldn't misfire on you, and it didn't pass things. So the Boba Fett never actually made it out for sale even before these accidents. So if anybody ever says Boba Fett was changed because of those accidents with the Battlestar Galactica, the Viper was the culprit in both. They recalled they asked parents to return the toys and or the projectiles, and they would send them a free Hot Wheels or something like that. I don't know. I thought Mattel made Hot Wheels, but anyway, they wow, it's gonna be pretty noisy. The next toys came, the boxes came that said does not have firing projectiles. So I guess the ships could still shoot things. So I'm pretty sure crafty kids probably made something to shoot things out of there anyway. Well, if you really want to see the story, just look on YouTube. There's probably several videos. I found one decent one they talked about on there. I think the guy's date was off a little bit on a couple of them, but I'm hoping I can find some font so I can do my credits and stuff a little easier. The credits aren't such a problem, so I always can figure something out. But the trying to put update info during the video where I say stuff is not easy. You can't read it, and I can't imagine how anybody on a cell phone reads this crap. But I guess we will maybe talk again sometime. I don't know. The Jackson's Christmas album, I put 20 bucks on for the flea market. It sells for a little more than that sometimes. It sounded okay. It's pretty good. They do mostly traditional Christmas songs. They're not all traditional, but all stuff you've heard before. And boy, with that harmony of the Jackson 5 more, they're really good. I just don't need all these albums. So, I'm going to probably maybe keep the Gulliver album. I'm going to re-listen to all of them again before the end of the week. The Love album with Albert, what was his name? God, my memory is worthless. Arthur Lee, not Albert. Without Arthur Lee, that's really a good album. So I'm probably going to hold on to it at least for a while. Here's the Four Seasons, or Four Tops. I don't know why I said Four Seasons before, but you may not heard that because I might not use that segment. Meeting of the Minds, pretty good album, but it skips on the first song on side 2, so that sucks. And this Yellow Pages band was pretty good. And I gotta re-listen to a lot. It's like mixed up Gulliver and this Illusions band. I don't know which is which. So. But maybe I'll play a little bit of Yellow Pages during the credits. See how popular it is, see if I get a copyright thing. But, alright, hopefully I can make a mess of this additional stuff. It was supposed to clarify some stuff, and I think I just made it worse.